Holy shit, this is breaking news. Karoline Levit, Donald Trump's press secretary, I'm sure you've all seen her lie, is out. She has resigned from her position, and moving forward, she will officially no longer be the press secretary of the Trump administration. Karoline Levit's time as press secretary will go down in history as an abominable disgrace to this nation. She spent the last year and a half serving as a propagandistic mouthpiece, willingly lying to the American people for Donald Trump. According to Karoline Levit, she's stepping down because she wants to spend more time with her family. This seemingly makes sense. 2 months ago, she had a new kid. Now listen, I'm not calling her a liar, but what I am saying is, at least for me, this is hard to believe. Why? Well, point number one, she actually returned for a couple months after giving birth. And point number two, this is the 5th woman that has been fired or has stepped down from the Trump administration in the last year and a half. That's quite the pattern. Especially for a president like Trump, who has a track record of mistreating women all of his life.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the raw and unfiltered reactions of Americans after Karoline Levit quit her job, right? And most of them do not really give a damn about her quitting her job. And most of them are coming onto the internet to give speculations as to why they think she is quitting right now. Most of them are saying that she is trying to distance herself from the administration, and others are thinking that because of the situation in Iran and the ship that currently has no oil is running low on supplies is the reason why she's quitting her job.
Right guys, but let's watch what we prepared for you and then we come back and talk about it. One question we have to ask is, how comes this is the 5th woman in that position to give up the job?
Which is not so alarming, but people are saying that it is a pattern.
In 1 year, 5 women, something has to be studied. Anyway guys, let's watch what is happening and then we come back and talk about it. You can let us know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch.
So is this the reason why Karoline Levit suddenly departed the White House? Well, think about it. We've got an animated conversation with her, Natalie Harp, and Donald Trump. The people involved in the timing are key here. Now, the timing is right after Donald Trump fled off of Air Force One like a coward, and one of the few people he did take with him was Natalie Harp when he went in that food truck. Again, completely insane that we have a U.S. president doing that. And who are the people he left behind? Karoline Levit, a bunch of reporters, and pretty much all of his staff. So they could absorb the risk of getting shot down by an Iranian missile. When you think about that, plus the fact Natalie Harp is in this whole conversation here, seems to indicate maybe Karoline Levit didn't appreciate it, decided to suddenly quit. It also doesn't make sense that she would go on maternity leave, come back for a very short period of time, and then quit again, or be gone. It just doesn't jive with anything. Why come back at all? Unless there was some, thing that happened unexpected and sudden that motivated, quitting. So we'll see. All I know is Karoline Levit is a horrible person. She sucks. She's a mouthpiece for Trump. She's going to be in depositions and criminal prosecutions, hopefully, for a very, very long time, covering up for everything he did, the corruption, the criminality, ICE, supporting Russia, all of it. She is 100% involved, and this will follow her forever.
This just in, Karoline Levit has quit. Yeah, you won't see any tears from me. And no, I don't give a damn how you pronounce her name. When you stand up in front of people weekly, because she was supposed to do it every day, so she was barely doing her job. But when you get up in front of people and lie all the time, at some point, that catches up with you, okay? She's aging like bad milk. And I am glad that she has decided to take her ass home. Now, I just want to reiterate that nobody gives a damn about Karoline. Okay, but she should have been gone. But see, when you have no moral compass, you just do anything for anybody. And now she's trying to get out of there before her ass ends up in jail. Yes. Just look at her. Skincare has given up on her just like her morality did. At some point, you all are going to have to understand that we all have to pay a toll, right? But here's the thing. When you allow money and fame to dictate how far you will go for somebody, you'll find yourself at the bottom. Yeah. So I'm glad that she's getting on up out the way. Let somebody else stand in front of us and lie every day. She can't keep up with that walking bag of leftover farts in the first place. It's then got too foolish for her, so she had to go sit down.
Early in 2025, when Trump was announcing his nominations, I said the women were going to get fired first and replaced with male loyalists, except for Karoline Levit. That Karoline Levit would leave within 2 years, either taking another position or more likely getting pregnant and then leaving to spend time with her family. And she has just announced her resignation to spend time with her growing family ahead of midterms so that she can separate herself from the fallout while also ingratiating herself with Christian voters for her own political aspirations. Remember that she ran for office prior to this. I will give Caroline her flowers here. She's very shrewd and has a lot of long-term intelligence, but Caroline Levit's out.
So I would say the most important thing you need to know about Karoline Levit leaving as press secretary is that morale is so bad in the U.S. military, sailors are trying to throw themselves overboard from the USS Abraham Lincoln because they and others are realizing that they are just tools and toys for the Republican Party to make more money off of oil and gas industries and defense contracts.
It appears that Josephine Goebbels is leaving her job. And if only somebody could have possibly predicted this. Oh, wait.
If she's not already pregnant, she's going to get herself pregnant. I don't think she's folding under the pressure. I think that there just is a lot of pressure. And her ego's not going to let her quit. And she's definitely not going to go down without a fight because she's going to go have a baby and be with her husband and have a family in America first and then return after maternity leave to get a job on Fox News. It fits perfectly into her career trajectory where she doesn't lose anything.
Resigning to focus on the family? Check. Girly Pop has 3 million followers. She's been out here curating an image of power, family first. She knows exactly what all of the other people know, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Tucker Carlson. This guy, you don't just need to distance yourself away because of the diaper smell. Jump scare warning. Blah. Bet you she already has a couple of offers secured for her next position, whether it be in the next administration or in a media position hosting something. Her ego is too big to not actually take a break and be family first. So she will try to be like a at-home mom, maybe influencer for a minute. But she's too power hungry to stay away from the spotlight for long. She'll be back on TV with her own podcast or running for office. So I hate to tell you, divas, we have not seen the last of her, but boy, did I call it or what? Sketch coming soon. Washington Post.
I'm curious to see who takes her place. Will it be a man or will it be a woman? My money is definitely a man. I'm not even gonna lie. Every other woman that has been either fired or retired from the White House has been replaced by a white man. And that post also let me know that she will be on the campaign trail, meaning she will be doing speaking engagements. She'll probably be on Fox or Newsmax. She will be battling people on CNN. She's going to become a commentator for the Republican Party, another mouthpiece. I don't think she's really going to be at home as much as she would like to, because Wigs R Us still needs her no matter what.
Karoline Levit is now stepping down as White House press secretary. And I just want to let it be known that we have not seen this number of departures during a presidency before. And it's from all over. It's literally the cabinet, DHS, DOJ. It's quite literally coming from everywhere. And a bunch of people are either resigning or losing their jobs or quitting or being fired. That's basically what's happening. But it's literally like 27 people at this current point in time that we're at. It's like late 20s for how many people have departed during this current administration, which exceeds any recent presidency by a lot. And it's just like, I don't understand why this is being allowed to continue. Like, this is really a circus. And I feel like the whole world is watching and making a joke of it, even though it is serious. And I know that people obviously do feel serious ways about what's currently going on, but almost as if the world is watching what's going on as a joke. And to the point where the American people are doing the same thing, where it's like, this is coming off as a joke. It's like this whole presidency, this whole administration, everything currently going on is just being seen as a joke. And it's like, I don't understand how this is allowed to continue when in the past, people within politics were punished for way less. And what we have going on is quite literally something that I don't think has ever happened within this country. All at the same time, collectively, to this extent of how extreme it is. Yet it's still continuing. And again, we have not seen this number of departures from specifically a president and his cabinet and the whole entire administration. The amount of people that have left or have been fired during this specific time and this specific presidency is insane. And at this point, it's just giving that the entire government is a joke. Not only to the people who live within this country, but globally, this country is coming off as a joke.
Karoline Levit is stepping down as press secretary.
Why?
With only 3 months out until midterm, she says she no longer wants to do the job because she'd rather take care of her kids at home.
Isn't this going to hurt Trump for midterms?
Yes, it could, because now they're trying to introduce somebody completely new that hasn't been announced yet, meaning they have to scramble at the last minute to have a new plan. This comes just after Trump fired Pam Bondi as his AG and hired Todd Blanche instead. But Americans don't like him because he didn't release the Epstein file.
Why would he elect Todd Blanche when the majority of America doesn't like him?
Todd Blanche was Trump's personal attorney for a very long time that got him out of a lot of trouble, so he trusts him. Also, with him covering up the Epstein files, according to most people, Trump believes Todd Blanche will never go behind his back. But this will likely hurt midterms too.
So do they want to win midterms or not?
Well, Trump said he doesn't care about the financial situations of Americans, is continuing the war in Iran, has raised the price of oil and all groceries while telling Americans they have the best economy ever in a golden age.
Who is their strategist?
Currently, the strategy is to call all Democrats communists that want to take over the world, while also trying to kick anybody out of America who isn't Trump's complexion outside of their token people to make it look like they don't care at all, appealing to a certain fan base.
Isn't the best way to win an election to abide by what the majority of people want?
It doesn't matter what Americans want, it only matters what one person wants.
So we're now at a stage where even the most loyal of Trump's loyalists are beginning to leave the ship. Karoline Levit, fascist Barbie number 783-B, Trump's press secretary, is now leaving, supposedly to focus on her family and children. While in reality, it's probably because this administration is a sinking ship, and Karoline Levit has made herself famous around the world as the lady defending all of the administration's atrocities. Every time the administration has done something stupid or illegal, they have trotted this woman out basically every single week to gaslight and lie and tell the American people that they're stupid for not supporting. This woman is only 28. She's leaving this post because she is probably going to be around the longest after Trump is gone. She could spend the best part of 50 or 60 years being heckled in public, being heckled in restaurants, being subpoenaed, being prosecuted as an accomplice of the Trump administration's crimes. It's only a hypothetical, but it's possible. The Trump administration's solution every time things are going wrong is to kick out a woman. That's not a coincidence. Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, and now Karoline Levit. There aren't actually that many women left in the administration in senior roles. This woman was chosen exclusively for her devotion to Trump and the administration, and she is still leaving, still presumably getting kicked out, having achieved nothing but immortalizing herself as a cautionary tale of what happens when young women give up everything to please conservative men. Tragic doesn't begin to cover it. This woman is 28 years old and her husband is a 60-year-old multimillionaire. I don't even want to imagine the process behind that relationship. This woman put her entire ussy into trying to gaslight the American people. Being a cheerleader for a fascist regime that has taken away people's rights, taken away people's freedoms, and taken away people's lives in some cases. She's either backing out or being fired now so that her face isn't on all of the media stuff once the administration finally crumbles one way or another. But no one who collaborated with this administration should ever be allowed to forget what they did. As his press secretary, as someone who knowingly lied to the American people, I hope we see her get dragged before Congress. She would be a very easy target and it couldn't happen to a nicer lady.
Karoline Levit will step down as White House press secretary at the end of August. The timing of her departure, as well as the announcement, somewhat of a surprise, given she had just returned from a maternity leave. She gave birth to a daughter back in May, and in her social media post, she explained that the challenge of being a mother to two young children, as well as the demands of being the White House press secretary, was simply too much. And as a result, she decided to spend more time with her family. Now, the U.S. president announced Levit's departure on his Truth Social platform, calling Karoline Levit one of his most trusted aides, and that she will go down in White House history as one of the best press secretaries ever at the podium. Now, she did start this role at a very young age, back in 2025, at age 27. And while she is leaving the White House, she is not leaving President Trump's orbit. In fact, the U.S. president saying she will remain as one of his advisors. Karoline Levit saying she will continue to advocate for the Republican Party, as well as the Make America Great Again, or MAGA movement. Still, the question of her replacement is still very much open-ended, and it comes at a challenging time for the White House, given the U.S. president is facing very difficult midterm elections in November when messaging will matter.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this episode in the comment section. One question I have for you, our audience, is assuming that what people are assuming on the internet is true and that Karoline Levit wants to stand for office or do something of the sort, do you think you would ever vote for her? Another question is, if she was to open a podcast right now and start talking about things, situations, whatever, would you follow her content?
I'm sure most of our audience, if you wouldn't follow her, there are people who would follow her. Why am I saying this? Do you guys remember? She has supporters, a lot of supporters, because there's one social media page of hers that is 3 million followers. I don't know if it's her Instagram or right. And do you guys remember one lady called Lily Gaddis? She used to be an influencer, but she said some racist remarks and was later on fired from her brand deals, right? And she opened a podcast that she calls herself Lily Gaddis, and she apparently has a good following, right? And she's making money off of that. So if it is a matter of rebranding or trying to become a correspondent or a commentator on political issues, I do still feel that she will have a lot of supporters right now.
Right. On the other hand, if she quit because assuming it's true that she was in that plane and Trump abandoned her in there to act as decoy, I do believe and I do understand why a girl would be angry at that, right? But at the end of the day, after all you did for this man and his administration, you went out to lie for him, you repeated and verified untrue statements, right? And then why are you acting surprised that he would do this kind of thing? Because if someone lacks morals and doesn't stand for anything, then it means you who is supporting him, you are fully aware, and maybe you thought this would not affect you, right? But quickly you found out that you're not special and you're quickly disposable, just like the way he treats other people, right?
Although to some extent I don't believe that this is the real reason she's left her post, because number one, I don't think she was supporting the man, but it was her job. Well,
she was getting paid good money to be good at her job.
I don't know, because at the end of the day, she was employed in White House, and it was her job to say whatever it is the House wanted her to say. So it was literally her job to do that, whether she believed in it or not. So I don't believe that she feels bad that she was left in Air Force One. Like, who is she for her to be considered first when people are supposed to be evacuating Air Force One? You get what I'm saying? So it was her job to be sacrificed.
It's hard.
Right now, even our President Maren, if he is traveling with a bunch of journalists and a White House correspondent and a White House spokesman, it is not the president's job to think about that spokesman. It is the president's job to think about himself. You get what I'm saying? Because it is every other person's job to think about them, about him, So I don't believe this is one of the reasons why she left State House, right? So guys, I really don't know what you think about this situation, because another thing, people who are saying that she's trying to rebrand into something else, I do believe that enough damage was done when she was when she held her position, right? And throughout situations like her addressing the situation with ICE agents, her addressing the situation with the guy who was unalived by ICE, the white guy was it in Minnesota? Exactly. Such things people never forget, and the internet never forgets. Yes, there will be some people who will hold her to account because of her behavior, but how many people will those be? Because we've seen situations where, for example, with one case of that racist woman who abused a child at a park, and racist people, she was called Shiloh Hendricks, and racist people raised money for her of $100,000. So if racists can get away with being racist, do you think Karoline Levit will be punished because she was this, that, and the other when she held her position?
Honestly,
I think she'll be rewarded by like-minded people.
Right. I do think that she'll be okay because at the end of the day, she's made money, whatever type of money she was earning from the position she had.
And she'll still be a media personality even outside of White House.
Right, and she still has her networks from the time she's been working in the White House, So my personal opinion, I think she'll be just fine. Whatever made her quit, I don't know. But as I said in the beginning, this position, why are women like her, why do they keep on quitting? That is something that needs to be studied and it needs to be understood, because I want to believe that for a person like her, she had very good reasons to work for Trump, and at some point I do believe that she was
good at her job.
She was good at her job, and at some point she even started believing the words that were coming out of her mouth, But guys, I don't know. Let us know what you think about this episode. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and we'll catch you on our next episode. Thank you so much for always tuning in.